Running It Back is presented to you by the Honolulu Star Advertiser and Hawaiian Telecom.
Welcome to Running It Back. I'm here with Chad Owens, Ryan Kilmaka, and today we are talking to former CFL player and now sports performance trainer, Shea Pierre.
Yes. Man,
ooh, look at those guns.
Man, Pierre's elite performance. Look, I gotta. Yeah, let me finish the intro, man. This dude right here. Let me tell you, this is my. I'm not gonna say former because I use Shay a lot for advice in the fitness world and training. Shay helped me out a lot while I was playing in the CFL. One of the greatest trainers that I've ever seen. The most enthusiastic. You think I'm high energy? Watch this guy. He's not gonna be sitting still in the chair. He cannot sit still. He's doing something. This dude is one of the best motivators I've ever been a part of. One of the biggest hearts I've ever met. Family man, just an unbelievable dude, tremendous friend. I love you, brother. Thanks for joining us here on the Running It Back podcast, man.
Let's do
I
this.
appreciate having me, man. When Chad asked me to come on, it was like a split second. I will be there. If it's tonight at 3 a.m., I will get up.
Aww.
We're gonna be on the podcast, so it's a joy to be here. So I'm happy.
Yeah. So Shay, I know you're in Toronto right now. What's the weather like? Because I definitely, man, that's the winters. I know we're approaching summer, so it's, but I definitely don't miss the winters, bro. What is it like right now?
Currently, right now, we got the Honolulu weather. We get the Hawaii weather today. Beautiful. Hey, sunny skies, man. The ocean breeze. I can feel it, man. Everything's nice. 6 months from now, it's freezing cold. You don't want to go outside. It's dark by 5. But now it's great.
Man,
Awesome.
that's a blessing. How's the family doing, bro? So, you guys are pregnant with one more coming?
Pregnant with the third. We got 2
Ooh.
boys now. Cruz's birthday just passed on Tuesday. He's 3. The other one, he's 16 months, and then we're gonna have our third
Girl?
which is a girl. Yes, a girl, and could be literally in the next 10 minutes. So I don't know.
Wow, congratulations.
I hope that doesn't happen while we're on the
Right?
on the show.
Gotta go.
But it's all good. Shay is prepared for every situation. This dude, we talking about preparing. This dude prepares for everything. So I'm pretty sure if wifey was to go into labor, he could deliver her, his daughter, right here at home. So I'm not worried about it. Shay, look, man, your story is incredible, and I want you to share with our viewers today. I've heard it a lot of times. I know your story, but I want you to enlighten us here at the Running Back podcast and everyone that's watching and listening about your story, man. Your story of the constant pursuit of greatness and the best version of yourself, regardless if you're in your basement or having the ability to be outside in a big facility and all those things. So, Shay, I want you to start off by kind of talking about your story a little bit and sharing with us sort of where you came from and where you are now. Give us the run through of that.
Absolutely, man. And talking about the basement, I'm in the basement right now where it all started. And I'm always talking about being the greatest version of yourself each and every day, every second, every minute, every hour. So yeah, man, it started basically, my dream in life was always become a professional football player, play in the CFL. And I was privileged enough, to get drafted in the CFL. And that's where I had met Chad in 2012. I went to training camp with them. And unfortunately, I didn't make the team. That was the year that they won the Grey Cup. So I was very, happy for Chad and, his allude to being the greatest of all time. Because, that year he was the MOP. And so Chad's always inspired me and motivated me. And I remember that year I went back to college because here in Canada, you can get drafted. And if you don't make it, you can go back and play another year. So I went back, played another year, trained really hard, sacrificed a lot more time in the gym and, did everything I could. Fortunately enough, I was an all-star again that year. Went down to play for the Edmonton Eskimos for a few years. And then long story short, my CFL career kind of came to an end. I was on and off of practice rosters for a couple of years. Never really got, the chance that I wanted to. And then I always wanted to train people at a very high level. That was the one thing in high school. When I first picked up my first DVD, Nike Spark, the Daniel Tomlinson, Champ Bailey, all those guys. I was following their YouTube videos, and I was doing all the ladder drills and all the kind of cool stuff that you would do as a teenager. So that's what I always wanted to do. So when I was in the basement here, I was like, man, what do I train? I went to Good Life Fitness. I went to Premier. I went to all the fitness places, in damn Ontario, and I couldn't get a job because they're like, you know what? You don't got enough experience right now, and where do you get experience nowadays? If they're not going to let you get experience, so I said, screw it. So I just built the facility with the $10,000 that I had in my bank account from all the hard work that I did in the CFL. Got a couple labor jobs doing, bricklaying, all this kind of stuff, and I built a little facility in this little dungeon, which doesn't look like it now, but this was literally.
It was no walls, and it was just your typical unfinished basement. And Shay, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back to kind of talk more about that dungeon and where it all started.
Running It Back is brought to you by the Honolulu Star Advertiser, bringing you what matters. Viewers can receive full digital access for $9.95 with code AHITHING. Hawaiian Telcom. Fiber power your TV and internet by calling 808-643-0900 or check availability at hawaiiantel.com.
All right, so we're back here with Shay. He was just talking about how it all started in a dungeon.
Yeah.
Basement.
Dark. Unfinished.
With $10,000.
Yeah. What it looks
CFL.
like now is not what it looked like before.
Let's hear more about it.
Shay, take us there.
Oh man, dark, dingy, not the greatest equipment, but all I had was heart, hustle, desire, the determination to be great. I want to help people, get to their goals, dreams, and aspirations in life. So start off with just a few kids. Literally, I went to a high school. They're finishing practice. I was handing out flyers saying, hey, you guys want to come train with me? Fortunately enough, just a few kids said, you know what, why not take a chance on that guy? He's only charging like $5 an hour. I might as well, you know what I mean? So at this point, I'm barely making any money, working literally maybe a couple hours a day, and a few kids come, and don't those kids now become the top high school players in, all the area. So, now there's a buzz out there. So now I'm getting more kids to come. We're doing outside sessions. I'm working with teams. And in that process, one night I was driving home, and this is where I met, I met Chad doing a lot of camps and stuff like that. But where I got to train with Chad, I remember I was driving home one night, and I was going to watch my one of my good friends, Nate, one of his CFL games. And I remember being like, I don't really want to go. But I went anyway, and it was like 10 o'clock at night. And doesn't Chad, he's hobbling on his broken foot at the time, and he's walking by, and I know he knows me, but I really don't know him that well. He's like, man, I've been watching some of your videos, Shay, and you're doing an incredible job out there, man. I love what you're doing. Here's my number. Man, I'd love to hit you up to do some training. So then Chad comes in. He comes in the basement with him and Chad Jr. We start working out, and next thing you know, we're at a facility, 2 months later with Richard Clark. He owns the Athlete Training Center, 12,000 square feet. We start training in there. More CFL guys start coming. We start building it up. And next thing you know, bam, I'm now the head strength coach at a university a couple of years later. And then after that, for the Toronto Argonauts, the team that had cut me like 7 years earlier, we start online fitness company. So it kind of just, skyrocketed from there. Long story short, but in that process, it was just a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. Just I knew what I wanted, and literally every single day, it was like 15, 16, 17-hour days, just pushing and plugging away. And I was the video guy, I was the Instagram, YouTube, social media, everything, email, marketing. I was pumping in and doing it all myself. Unfortunately, now we got a team to do it, but that's how we created the business and really pushed it.
Yeah, I mean, Shay, so I watched this guy go from literally the ground up, and he missed a lot of things there in between. Once we got to the Athlete Training Center, now this place was sick. Like, it was like a dream come true for Shay, because you got to imagine, he comes from a basement.
Right.
Now he's got this facility. It's all outfitted already with equipment, and Shay starts pumping his social media. Shay, what did you start with as a following? Like when you...
Maybe like, 1,000, 2,000 people, maybe around there.
Yeah,
And what are
he's-
you at now?
He's at 500,000 followers.
What?
Okay, and I gotta say this. Throughout his time at ATC, when we were training there, all his programs, he started developing products. So he's got, Pierre's Elite Performance.com. You can go check that out for all of his programs and his products. But the elite of the elite started reaching out to Shay. And you want to know who's following Shay? Who doesn't really follow anybody?
Who?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Stop. We were
Cristiano.
just talking about him earlier.
Yeah.
So Shay developed his pet bands, and Cristiano
Yes,
uses it.
that's the best thing.
The best thing.
I told you to send me that.
Well, you got the guy right here.
Hey, my
I'm looking on your Instagram right now.
We'll hook everybody up. We'll make sure everybody gets hooked up. We'll send you guys some pet gear, some pet bands, jump bands.
Ooh.
He trained, Brandon Marshall came to Toronto to train with Shay. The Griffin, what was the one of the younger brother? Shaquem Griffin? Griffith?
Hakeem Griffin,
Yeah, he came through.
Wow.
A bunch of elite guys.
Do you train
Antonio
women
Brown's
too?
using his stuff. Shay trained everybody.
We train
Okay.
everybody. Right now, we're actually working on a program for
Goda.
City Strength that's I wouldn't call it general population, but it's a athletic base for anybody that can that wants to get in shape and follow like a 30-minute program for high
And
intensity.
I got a sneak peek of this program.
Okay, Chad, we're
and
going to have to do it
is
one day.
I don't even know if I want to do it. It's intense. Anyway, look.
We're gonna talk about
We're gonna
this.
take a quick break. We'll be right back with Shea Pierre. I just made a name for you.
Shea.
Pierre.
We'll be right
Elite
back.
Performance. Be right back.
Safe and effective COVID-19 vaccines are important tools to protect our families and community. If you have any questions about the vaccines, visit hawaiicovid19.com/vaccine. Oahu Dump Run, specializing in junk removal and bulk pickup service. Visit 808junkremovalnow.com.
We are back with Shay, talking a little bit more about what he's doing now.
So I checked one of your, I don't know what it was a post, but you did some exercise with a 100-pound dumbbell. You was doing a bench press, and you did dips, then you did it was all 100-pound dumbbells.
Oh, yeah, the pull-ups. Yeah, so I was
Yes.
working over to be a winner to see if I can get 5 reps on the pull-ups with 100 pounds.
Yes.
5 reps on the dumbbell bench,
Yeah.
and 5 dips. Just a 100 club.
Yes. I love that. I
So
was like,
you did it?
bro, yeah, easy breezy.
You got the video?
Pixar didn't happen.
No proof if it ain't recorded.
Video or it didn't happen.
It's just I never had one partner at that time, so I just was doing it by myself, so couldn't really film and
All right, well, Shay, at this point in the show, Ryan's got a special question.
Ooh, so
he likes to ask
we
our
are-
guests.
We're called Running the Back podcast, so I want to take this opportunity to take the chance to ask you, what is your running it back moment? Like, take you back in time. It could be from childhood to maybe last night, but that fork in the road where it defined you. You know what I mean? Like
That moment.
That moment in time, like.
Yeah, you know what? Going back to the story real quick, I remember when I got cut for the first time in the CFL when I was in Edmonton, and I came home and I got on another team about 2 months later. But in that time period, the 2 months, most people know you don't get a job, right? Like you come home, you got nothing to go back to. So in that time period, I had an option. I said, I can just sit here and kind of wait for things to happen, or I can go make it happen. I got a job on Kijiji. That's like a Craigslist. I went and just kind of searched the job ads, and I got a job doing some bricklaying, going in helping tradesmen kind of make cement, tear down walls, all that kind of good stuff. And in that 2 months, it was hard work, 12-hour days. But I was making, $12 an hour. And I said to myself, when I go back to the CFL, this is where I was going to save every single penny, because I knew I never wanted to come back to do that again. And I wanted to take my dreams and become the professional trainer that year. So I said, in that time period of, really working hard and doing that, I was never going to come back to it. So I think that was the fork in the road and a good opportunity for me to know what I really wanted. And I know I wasn't going to come back to that and let that situation again, define me.
Man,
Yeah.
and you never looked back. bro. You never looked back, and
Took off.
took off, and really, Shay's business took off to the point where, you heard him. He has a team now. Someone in Shay's in Toronto, but he has his social media guy in the States. He has his video guy who is, man, John. I gotta shout out John.
John,
I'm telling
hey.
you, one of the best video guys out there, committed, and he's Shay's full-time video guy.
Wow.
Right? We're talking before this, man. John, so Shay, John lives with you at your house? Oh, he's just there 24/7.
He's here 24/7.
Oh my God, he lives there, but he sleeps at his house. That's one of the things that I admire, about you a lot, Shay. You work extremely hard, and you're extremely busy, but you make sure that you put in the time to be a father, to be there, to be the guide, for your kids, man. And I can see it. They're gonna be amazing people, just like you. So I just have to commend you on that, brother.
And you know what it is? It's you have to find the time and find that equal balance. And I do it super early in the morning. I wake up at 4:30, 5 o'clock because my children sleep until 8 o'clock. So I have that window right there. I have a little time in the afternoon when they nap to work, and then I do it really late at night between like 9 o'clock to like 1 o'clock. So my day is spent with my family, and then I find pieces in there to do my work.
Nice.
Man, that's amazing. Well, that's
Family
it, man.
first.
That's management at its highest, man. So look, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Shea Pierre.
Running It Back is brought to you by Aloha Termite and Pest Control, your local and leading pest and termite control solution in the state. Always providing you superior service with Aloha.
Welcome back. We're here with Shay, who was just talking a little bit about his son and his family. Family first always. But I have a question about your daily life routine. So with training and everything, do you incorporate like nutrition in that? Like, are you such a clean eater? Like, how does that work with your lifestyle?
Yeah, nutrition is huge, as you guys know. If you want to be in great shape, physically, mentally, emotionally, nutrition's got to be the number one key. You can go and physically work out, but if you don't replenish the body with proper nutrition, it's going to be a waste. You can't out train a bad diet.
Right.
Shay, say that again. Say that again for
Underline,
these viewers,
underline.
man. Say that again.
You can't out train a bad diet.
Ooh, that's like a shirt, doggy.
As they ordered
So-
vegan sandwiches today.
So when it comes to nutrition, that's going to be huge. And I obviously know especially for the young ones out there, and athletes, it's hard to eat clean. It's hard to eat like a really balanced diet. But for myself, I try to stay really diligent, especially if you want to look the part. I try to stay real diligent throughout the week, and then I give myself the weekend to not indulge fully, but if it's nighttime or having a barbecue, I'll make sure I can eat, and then just stay on top of things. But you want that's number one. That has to be number one, nutrition.
And Shay, so on your programs on your website, do you offer like nutrition plans? You do, correct?
So like we have nutrition guidelines. I wouldn't say they're full out plans, but they're guidelines, and it gives some people an opportunity to kind of look at what we're doing, and then they can tailor it off that. But we give out like full videos. So I went grocery shopping with a full nutritionist for about an hour and a minute, and you can watch that and how we eat and everything. So and those are all free. You guys can go onto our website or on our Instagram and get all that kind of stuff. So pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, again, that's at Pierre's Elite Performance on Instagram, right? And pierre'seliteperformance.com. Correct, Shay?
Yep.
Yeah, and so I wanna talk to you about this, Shay, because again, I've seen you work and I've seen you train, but you've recently shifted your focus. You went into like the Goda, and Ryan knows about this because I shared some of this stuff with Ryan before. It's just something that makes total sense to you, and it's still something I feel like it's still a hidden gem in the fitness and training world, and just for I think general population as well. Why don't you talk to us about that?
Drop some dimes right here, baby.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, Goda's been absolute phenomenal for us, and just broadening our scope and our mind of how the body moves, but how we can better our abilities to move with more efficiency. Just like we're sitting right now, we're in a sedentary lifestyle where we kind of decoded ourselves, and sitting's one of them. it puts us in bad posture, bad alignment, which can have a negative effect on your sprinting, your running, your jumping, and your overall performance. And the shoes that you wear, the high heels, the foam, the air bubble shoes, right? It's like being put your foot in a sensory deprivation chamber, meaning your foot's kind of turning off. You're not being able to use all those intrinsic muscles where you can really develop force and power and explosiveness. And then just when we're walking and stuff like that, we're not moving with the proper gait and cycle anymore and the proper movement behavior. So Goda's kind of really looked at that, but they've looked at it through slow motion video evidence. Meaning, like, when you watch basketball and there's almost 0.2 seconds left on the clock, and the guy shoots it, but now they're watching to see, hey, did that ball leave his hand before the timer went off? It's the same thing with training. So we're using all this slow motion evidence for basketball, football, all these sports, but nobody watches the videos when it comes to movement behavior, when it comes to performance. So we're starting to watch, how is that person moving? When he lands, does he land with a good stiff foot? Does he break or collapse at the foot? Does his knee go into valgus? Does he get his head inside the column? All these things kind of matter because we could be doing bad in the gym, meaning we could be putting our bodies into harm when we're actually in the gym. It's one of the things that can kind of decode it. So we're saying, is the weight training having a negative effect on the way we go on the field? Are these things causing ACL injuries, Achilles shreds? Are those things, putting us into harm's way? So we're looking at those type of things through slow motion evidence, which can play a huge part in your overall performance. A bunch of other things, but that's kind of wow.
It's deep. And look, Shay, we're gonna wrap this part of the interview, but we're gonna dive deeper into that in the extended version where you guys can join us on YouTube. So stick around, Shay. Appreciate you, man. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to our extended version on YouTube. We're here with Shea Pierre, who was just talking a little bit about Goda. I don't know what that is. So can you give us a little bit about what that is?
Yeah, so it stands for the greatest of all time athletes or greatest of all time actions. It's basically working on movement behaviors and movement patterns. And it was developed by a guy named Jose Bosch, who call him Coach Gill, down in Louisiana. Also developed by coach, different types of coaches down there that really work on looking at the athlete more holistically than just power based in the gym, which kind of came up more like I guess the 1970s, 80s when you watch guys like Arnold Schwarzenegger and everybody wants to be like that, and so they started to adopt more powerlifting and that type of strength training into modern day athletes, which you get bigger, but you get bigger, stiffer, slower. And we're wondering why we're having all these, ACL and Achilles shreds and, movement problems, low back issues. And a lot of it has to do with the training, the shoes we wear, and just our overall, sitting in postures that we're in all day. So they really break that down, which really helps us for the sports performance world, look at everything and how we can, take our athletes to the next level.
Yeah, and speaking of sitting, like I see that you're sort of on your knees right now, Shay? Are you, what's going on right now? Are you in a Goda position?
Yeah, so I wouldn't even say it's a Goda position, but I call it the postures of success. Putting myself in a position that's, it's going to restore my movement, restore my body and recover my body other than kind of putting me in a detrimental position. Like, you guys sitting right now, you're shortening the hip flexors. Gravity is pushing you forward, pushing the shoulders forward.
Yes.
And just overall, it's like you're going to go to the gym and you're going to work out, you're going to do all this stuff, but then you're going to go home and you're going to be in bad sitting postures all day. But that's what you're trying to get out of when you go to the gym. You have a hip problem, then you go to the gym and try to fix it, but then you go back and do 10 times worse when you're sitting all day. So if you can sit in these positions of success, Seiza toes tucked, cowboy posture, squats. There's a reason why, you go, to a place like China, Japan, Korea, and they squat all the time. You see them
squat.
But their posture is like really, they have really good posture.
When's the last time you got into a deep squat position? Like you can get down, no shoes on, and just get into a deep squat position without rounding your back, your heels coming off the ground. A
When
lot
I
of
was a
people can't do
child.
that.
Ryan's
Yeah.
gonna try it right now.
Lost access to those positions. Right there. Yeah, you got it. That's great. Great mobility. But probably 90% of people can't get down there without some type of discomfort. It really puts a lot of strain on them. So, and that's what we have in North America, just because of the shoes that we wear, the sitting and the training. So it plays a huge factor. So we can get our bodies back into those positions throughout the day. You can restore some of those, mobility. You can restore some of the, the integral parts of the hips and the ankles and the shoulders that I think will play dividends for athletes.
Man, that's huge.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, you can. Hey, Goda.
I know. I was
look
just
it
gonna
up.
say you can. Is this all on your Instagram?
We have a lot on our Instagram, or you can go to GLS Training. You can go to Goda Loca, Red Pill Rick. A lot of those guys on Instagram will be huge and beneficial to that.
You broke down Reggie Bush running, sprinting, right? Was it him? The slow motion of him running, and it was a Goda because he had that Goda technique of toes in, and just
Heels away.
Who
Who was it?
Was it? I think
I
it
don't
was
think
Reggie.
it wasn't Reggie Bush. Who was it?
You look at
Who was the player that they broke down? Shay, do you know the running back? Was it a running back?
I'm not sure which running back. I know they break down Usain Bolt a lot. He's got the amazing movement efficiency.
Michael Jordan was one of them while he was in air.
The layup.
No, his heels were away.
Oh,
Kobe Bryant.
I see.
But these guys have the traits of extreme, really good movement efficiency, which a lot of people don't have, especially now when we're growing up and we're putting our young kids in these poor footwear. They're sitting on couches early in their childhood, and then all of a sudden we start training them in the gym with these heavy weights, and so we're destroying their movement patterns. We're destroying their movement efficiency. Which when I start to, dive into it, I started to figure out, why guys like Usain Bolt and Michael Jordan, they didn't kind of destroy that over time. Well, they didn't come from a childhood like I did, a more privileged childhood where maybe they had really nice running shoes like I did, or they had a lot of access to a lot of things. They had the bare minimum, and so they kind of were able to keep their movements quality intact.
How would you? What would be one of your ways of sitting
For a kid, for young athletes, parents, for a young kid, what
What's the
can
proper
they
way
do
to
help?
sit? Instead of on a couch.
So, young kids, they already do it naturally.
Exactly.
So, like when a baby comes out of the womb and they want to start crawling, they start to move with this pivot point energy system where they have to crawl from side to side and bring energy side to side. And then when they start to sit down, they sit with their legs crossed. They sit back onto their heels. They sit in deep squats. You ever seen a baby drop down into a deep squat?
And they're
They
just
can do it.
like
They have
open
problem.
legs,
that
yeah.
ability. And over time they lose it just by the lifestyle that they live, because it's such an easy lifestyle. They can just sit back. If you're an indigenous person in the bush, you don't have access to that. You're sitting on the ground, the hard ground, so you have to keep a nice, strong, erect posture, strong back. Whereas you're sitting on the couch, you're just melting down like this. You ever seen the old lady, walking like this? Well, her body is molded to that position, right? So if you're constantly in these positions at school all day, right, sitting at a desk, that's who you become, right? So that's why we need to get back to just an easy lifestyle, and not, I'm gonna say easy
Simple.
lifestyle, but a more natural lifestyle.
Man, so the simple answer here is, man, get rid of your couches. All right, toss the couches out, sit in the ground. Hey,
Well, sometimes it's
crisscross
I like
applesauce.
sitting on the ground.
Posture up.
How about if
Or
you're sitting
laying on the
like
floor.
on like a medicine ball? Those balls. Is that good? For
Oh
you?
yeah, that's great. Medicine ball is great. Medicine ball is great because you're in an upright position. Your back has to stay strong. Your core has to activate.
Got you. Because I would switch that out for the couches.
Yeah, do you see a lot of offices or people, at their desks?
Yeah,
they
with the balls.
sit on the medicine balls?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I mean, there's
different
people out there
chairs,
who
yeah.
understand it and are trying
Yeah.
to
Better
get their
them,
posture back. But
posture better.
it's more than just your sitting. It's your feet. It's the strengthening. It's so many different
Yeah.
things, the way we think and how we train, that will assist in
Yeah.
the full body.
LeBron ain't got no Goda though. He walk like
Oh,
a
yeah.
duck.
But that's
Yeah.
why he spends $1 million a year on his body.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, LeBron's what we call. He has big bow, so he's able to keep all that power in the bow position, but he can't corner his hip, meaning that he doesn't have good internal rotation in his hip socket. So that's where you see LeBron getting groin injuries, hamstrings, things that are nagging in there because he doesn't have full capacity to turn over in his hip.
Yo, LeBron, hit up the homie, man. He can help you out. Shoot.
Oh, I could pick your brain all day, Shay.
Yeah, hit him up on IG. But Shay, I kind of want to transition again. You know, you're back. I know this is your basement now, but you built a home performance center in your garage. So in essence, you started in the basement, you grew and you went out to the ATC, massive facility. Wow, this is what I want. But kind of dialing it back, what you have in your garage is really all you need. You know, so talk to the people about kind of what you have. It's very minimal. But I mean, bro, you're in the best. I would ask you to take your shirt off right now, but I don't know if you'd be able to do that. You're in sort of some of the best shape of your life right now. I know you're preparing for something for the City Shred virtual deal. Shout out to City Shred. But you're back sort of where it all started, and it's all you need.
Yeah, so I'm like I talked about, man, the basics is all you need. So I set up a little studio in my garage, turfed it out, got a treadmill in there because the body's meant to run, so that I had to have a treadmill in there. And the basics is I got a pull-up bar, I got a dip rack or dip station. Got my dumbbells, little dumbbell power kit there. Goes from like 5 pounds to 90 pounds. Got a landmine or barbell with a landmine attachment. And that's really all I got. And I got a bench and that's it. And I do a ton of pull-ups, ton of dips, ton of push-ups, which, has to be a basic baseline of your fitness and your overall body weight strength as an athlete. If you can't do those things, you basically shouldn't be touching weights anyway. And then the rest of the stuff I just do, a lot of running, a lot of explosive work outdoors. And I always tell athletes, if you want to get better at your sport, you got to do what your sport involves, right? So, if Chad wants to be the best wide receiver in the CFL, well, he's going to get on do route running. He's going to get on catch footballs, right? He's going to go do that stuff, run hills. That's how you become really efficient at your sport. Weight room's good, to stay strong and stay healthy, but getting out there and spending 85% of your time doing the sport, that's where you're going to really get the benefits. And that's where we've really taken it. And our athletes have, done wonders in the last couple of years in their sports because we're making them do what they're going to do. So they come in very, proficient at it. Not, I'm spending 90% of my time in the weight room like a lot of people do. They think, I'm going to go do bench press. It's going to make me a better football player. Well, no, it's actually going to get you worse. You're going to get a nice stiff chest,
arm,
and chest. Be able to open up and get full range of motion. You're not going to get up for those balls. So it's you got to know what you're doing and then go do that.
Man, that's big.
Yeah,
that's big. Again, yeah. Hey, Pierre'sElitePerformance.com. Shay, like, I know you talked about this. We joked about this. You will be coming to Hawaii, and so for everyone that's here locally watching this and listening to this, you have an opportunity because trust me, Shay will come to Hawaii, and we're gonna do something special for our people here in Hawaii. And I know, Shay, you're excited about that, brother.
We got some quick. Sorry.
Last time me and Chad, teamed up together. Well, what we have almost 500-600 people at the City Shred event.
Wow.
Yep.
We were the two host trainers there, and we blew that thing out of the water. And they had the most people they ever had. Me and Chad were traveling around every damn day doing all the media appearances. And if we do in Hawaii, we're going to get 10 times that. We're going to
crazy.
We'll be selling out the Hawaii Superdome. I don't know what you guys call it. We're going to sell that place out, man. Trust me. We're coming there. We are coming there.
Perfect.
2022.
Oh,
I'm calling it now.
2022 Hawaii. Get ready because Pierre's Elite Performance and CO2 is collaborating for the biggest, the baddest, the greatest fitness event of all time.
I like it. I'm there. Can I be a part of that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can be there. Hey, so Shay, I got a little backstory about Ryan. Ryan's my brother-in-law. Played at Hawaii with me.
Back in the day.
I don't know. You maybe you can or can't see it, but this dude ran a 4.340 at his pro day.
I could tell. He dropped into that squat, no problem.
I drop it like it's hot, doggy. But we got these quick rapid response questions, or there's 21 questions right here, or kind of, it's not 21 questions. But
It's like 21.
it's not 21, but it's like that, like getting to know you a little bit better. All right. So
Pizza, popcorn.
Yeah.
yes,
popcorn,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Frosted Flakes or Fruity Pebbles?
Frosted Flakes.
Ooh. LeBron or MJ?
LeBron.
Ooh. Okay, favorite color?
Red.
Red.
You're not supposed to answer.
Okay. Dog or cat?
Cat.
You're a cat person. Nice. Okay.
Must maintain.
Lakers or Clippers?
Lakers.
Ooh, out of LA. I know you love LA. Snowboard or skiing?
Nah, I'm gonna have to go ski because I can't snowboard.
Ooh, okay. Ketchup chips or the maple cookies? I know you got
Ketchup
some-
chips.
Ketchup chips. Okay, I love ketchup chips, dude.
Ketchup
you
chips
guys-
are good.
It's the best. It's the only can find in Canada, man. What the hell? Anywho. Biggie or Tupac?
Damn, that's a tough one, man. Tough one. I don't know, man. Let's go Tupac.
Nike or Adidas? I see that thing on your shirt already, though.
Nike.
Nice. Backstreet Boys or NSYNC?
Backstreet Boys.
Yes!
Backstreet.
Backstreet. All right. Tim Hortons or Starbucks?
Tim Hortons.
Ooh, you guys.
Told you,
yeah,
man.
Everybody.
Canadians,
Chad was
loyal.
just telling us about
They
that.
loyal out
Canadian
there.
stuff, and they're not gonna go against it.
Boxers or briefs?
Boxers.
Got you. Vans or Converse?
Converse.
Damn it, I don't even have that. I thought I had my Converse just now. I switched it out. Damn it. All right. Goonies or Never Ending Story?
I'll go the Goonies.
Nice.
Good job, Ryan.
Good one. Hey, you guys. Sneakers.
Nah, that's what's up. Man, Shay,
That
look,
was a good one.
I appreciate you so much for joining us, man. Like, I know there's so much more coming your way. You're developing. You're constantly developing, guys. Like,
Yep.
you hear the type of hours this guy puts in.
And I could
Just
hear
go
it. I
to
could
his
pick his brain.
Instagram page. Like,
Yes.
bro, do you have a twin? Are you part of a triplets? Because this dude seems to be everywhere all the time, and it's always a grind. And again, yeah, I had to represent you today, brother. I appreciate you so much. And hey, let me know when baby girl comes. We'll celebrate that. And man,
Looking forward to you coming to Hawaii.
yeah,
Oh,
2022.
yes.
2022.
Yes. I can't wait.
We
Yeah, I want
ready.
to come out in there and live out there. That's a dream.
We were actually talking about this when I was coming out. Like,
He's
I don't
like,
know
"Should
how
I pick up my
serious
stuff
you
and move?"
were.
I'm
He
serious.
was a little serious. Like, man, I think I can come out there. I want to spend some time out there. Maybe spend 6 months,
Yeah, like,
a year.
yeah.
It might happen.
But I wish
6-month lease.
what we don't have here, though, what you guys have is like the facilities. Like, I know
Yeah,
you say
space.
you don't need that. You need
Like
a
an
garage,
elite-
but we don't
elite
have
training
an elite
center.
training center. Like, my God.
And I
But
think for all the
you
athletes
don't
here-
need an elite training center.
No, you don't. You don't.
just need the elite trainer.
Shay.
Shay
Shay.
You
Pierre.
got a big trainer right there. Hey, when this guy left, this guy had poor kids crying that he was leaving.
Oh man, it broke my
Right?
heart.
No,
Broke
man,
my heart.
like, and right now, man, they're all missing him. Everybody I ask, how's Chad? What's Chad doing? I'm like, man, Chad's hanging out surfing in Hawaii.
No, but look,
he got
hey.
down here a bit.
They got Usama. Usama stepped in. He took, Usama filled the gap there.
The guy, he's
Good
doing
stuff.
well.
Yeah, man. But look, brother, I appreciate you so much. We loved having you on. We're gonna have you on again, man.
Yes.
As things unfold for you here in the near future. So congrats on
Hopefully
everything.
next time I come, I'll be sitting there on
Yes,
that
in
other
person.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right here.
We're gonna get you in set, bro, for sure.
I don't want to be all goaded out already.
All right, Shay, appreciate you. And again, guys, Pierre's Elite Performance, and
Check him
on
out.
Instagram,
Show him love,
and
man.
his website, pierreseliteperformance.com. The best in the biz, the best there ever was, the best there ever will be, the greatest of all time.
Goda.
Shea
Shea
Pierre,
Pierre.
Goda.
Here we go.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank
BEP.
you. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon,
Thank you
brother.
so much, guys. Take care. We'll see you guys soon.
Running It Back was presented to you by the Honolulu Star Advertiser and Hawaiian Telcom.